Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chat GTM podcast. This is Michael Beck reporting to you live here from the RFIS show. And those who don't know what that is the Restaurant, Franchising, and Innovation Summit in beautiful Coronado Island, California, San Diego, northern states. You might hate us a little bit because it's so sunny and nice. And I'm here with somebody who's also very sunny and nice, Mr. Kerry Leo, VP of Technology over at Shipley Donuts. Kerry, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I get to talk to you, right?
Well, it's always good to talk to you.
You're too kind. So we ran into each other last week at Mertech. I know you do the circuit, and Mertech was heavy on, of course, the AI conversations, what have you. But there's a speaker there that I want to talk about really quick because we won't go into AI too much because everybody's talking about it and you've heard enough of it. But Sol Rashidi, this is the first female AI officer in I guess, any industry.
Right.
And you took in her speech. What was the thing you took away from that?
How smart she was the main thing, but also how as far as like just knowledge, that we've got a lot to learn. Like restaurants are starting to get into the whole AI thing, right? But it was very clear there is so much to learn. You can't just start using Chat GPT and say, hey, we're using AI.
Right. And then her point too is I think IT governance or AI governance.
Right.
If you start using Chat GPT on the company dime and you're using trade secrets.
Right. You're giving your information up.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that?
Well, I think that's a very big concern. I went back this week and had a conversation about it after that session with my leadership team. And we've got to make sure we're doing it right.
Love it. You know? So that's a testimonial to the show, right? If you go to a conference, you hope you don't just come back with pictures and some foggy memories, a great night out, right?
That's right.
So you actually brought back useful information that could help change how you guys do business.
Exactly.
That's ROI, everybody, right there. So, Kerry, you're with Shipley's Donuts. You've been there, 3 years now?
It's almost 5.
Wow, time goes fast.
Yes.
It goes really fast.
Yeah.
And the last time we talked, you were telling me some really cool stuff that you guys are working on, especially even, I think it's on your ordering platform.
Yes.
Right? Creating boxes and bundles. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we partnered with a company called Saivory. They're based out of Houston.
They're part of Startup Alley.
Right.
Yeah.
So main thing we do is we go look at the shop and how can we help, right? Yeah. How can we help cashiers? We talk to them. We talk to franchisees. We were noticing a lot of when you get, I don't want to get all techie, but when you go in and look at clicks in the website and kind of that whole journey, a lot of people are building, they have to pick a box, like old school, right? You pick a box, you have to fill the box up, you have to select donuts. And we're like, how can we make this a lot easier?
Right.
So that's what we invested in, the first of its kind that I know of, where there's multiple facets of AI, agentic AI working this. So it's looking at all the different flavors people select. You can actually just type in, I've got a birthday party for 20 people, and it will build an order in 10 seconds based on favorite items. Also, if you want to build a box, you don't actually have to build a box now. You can just drop donuts in the basket. And when it gets to 12, it discounts it and says, hey, you got a box of a dozen donuts.
Yeah.
If you fall short, if you're at 10 donuts, it'll actually suggest, hey, for $1.35 more, you can get a dozen. So it tries to upgrade you to the box to give you a discount.
Is that also pairing you with a right amount of a Canberra of coffee or drinks or things that you need to have that would meet that need?
Yes. So in addition to just fulfilling the donuts, it will offer, especially on the piece where it's building the order for you, it will add a gallon of coffee or whatever. Now you can go and remove items and change items and things like that. But what it's done is really simplified the way a guest orders from us online. Right. And we're seeing the check increase as a result. People are actually enjoying, making an order and picking out their donuts. They just drop them in the basket and it takes care of it.
Yeah, I can imagine if you're an administrator, you're putting on a catered lunch or breakfast for some people, you need to order donuts. Like, oh God, now I got to pick some stuff. And now it's more bing.
Right. We were that was one of the considerations because we were finding out a lot of companies were calling our shops, keeping them on the phone. Hey, I got a meeting. I'm not sure what to get. So now it's eliminated that bottleneck and freed up people at the shop to serve guests.
Well, I can imagine there's abandonment that happens when the phone rings and the shop is busy and they can't get to the phone. You just lost an order.
That's right.
How many times a day does that happen across hundreds of stores?
I'm sure it happens multiple times a day.
Wow.
Right.
And so Saivory is you really stood up for them at that event.
Right. They're a strong innovation partner. That's what we talked to them about. But they're actually helping us. We're looking at even expanding our marketing platform now and doing AI campaigns and journeys and things like that. So we're really leaning heavily into how do we make it easier for our own team, but also guests and also the shop.
Well, I could see going down that whole rabbit hole, right? So you have the solution that builds a box of donuts. You have a marketing platform. I'm sure there's some kind of CDP or CRM in there that houses the customer, especially based on loyalty. You don't want to track customers that don't want to be tracked.
Right.
But now you can actually suggest items tied into this that you ordered previously.
Correct. Yeah. It's one ecosystem.
Yeah, that is absolutely
awesome. And we're doing it with the app too. So we want one ecosystem so you can see everything. And there's nothing wrong with point solutions.
Yeah.
But we're really trying to get a great understanding, even down to the franchisee and their marketing spend. So marketing spend for franchisees has kind of been, the honor system, which is great.
Right.
However, we're building out a platform where they'll be able to see what we're spending on their behalf.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put campaigns out there where they can select it and actually launch their own local campaign, and we can see the spend that they're spending. So it's one dashboard, all the spend, all the ROAS, all of that in one place.
And I imagine you also get some level of control and brand standards.
That's right.
You set up that kind of platform.
Correct.
You don't want people going rogue with your marketing, especially on a brand side.
That's correct.
I love it. So let's pivot to the decision, right? So you're a thought leader. I've known you for years. You're looking at the future. You and your team, I imagine, picked Saivory to do this thing.
Right.
How did you roadmap that out? Like what came up? How'd that work?
Yeah, it's a really neat story. We were wanting to upgrade our website. So we were looking at some pretty big players to do that are known in the industry.
Yep.
And then the CFO at the time knew the guys with Saivory. They actually, one of the owners in Saivory has Fajita Pete's.
Okay.
In Houston, another restaurant brand. And they were using a little form to help build catering orders. So what we did is we started talking to them and like, what if we took that form and we actually integrated it with Olo and Paytronics and our POS and all these other things that they had not done yet. So that partnership just kind of formed right there in Houston. And when we started seeing the results of it, we knew we made the right decision to go with them. And so that's why I talk about them so much, because I want them to be successful too, if anybody needs them.
What you just said told me a little bit about you. What if is probably one of the most powerful questions you can ask. Not no, but yes, and what if? What if is such a great way to start with something.
Right.
So from the moment you guys were playing with that idea, how long was that? So you got that in the field and productive?
It took us about 6 months to build it out.
That's not bad.
Yeah. For a, again,
that's a custom
in the restaurant,
solution,
right? In the restaurant business, they're considered a startup. Now they had some experience in commercial real estate and apps and a lot of the virtual tours and things like that. But to come over to the restaurant side and actually incorporate some of those learnings with us, they were really agile and really quick, and we stood it up.
Did you have any moments of friction? Because usually vendors are great when everything is great.
Right.
But when vendors really shine is when things aren't so great. And how they get you guys through that.
Yeah,
Did you experience that too?
With them, I experienced that. With them, they're very agile and very hands-on and high touch and super easy to work with. Anything that we asked for, or if we felt like something wasn't quite right, they were on it. Literally, sometimes we would want a new feature, and by that afternoon, it was there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So for the audience, I don't know if you know this, but typically these kind of conversations, somebody's paying somebody to say something to somebody about this thing. And what I think is unique here is I'm genuinely curious, and nobody's giving Kerry a cent of money to talk about this. He sought me out and said, I'd really like to talk about these guys because they did such a great job for us. Usually if you want a referral from a customer, like wait till we're done for a couple of years and then maybe you send me a letter and I'll sign it for you. You don't actually get the people talking. This says a lot about what they're doing.
Right. Yeah, it's very stable. And like I said, as a result, we started seeing our average check grow on the digital side, our first party channel. And so much so it's really outshining delivery, even our app. Because we haven't turned it on the app yet.
Yeah. Wow. So, all right. I know you have to get on lunches here, and there's conversations to be had. Thinking about your journey, your career, where you are right now, where the world is right now. What do you think the next big thing is? And it can't be AI because we all know that's let's just say call AI table stakes or a foundation at this point. What's the next big thing?
Outside of AI, I think. Me personally, I think we need to get back to some fundamental stuff with people, right? There's been so much talk about AI replacing. I didn't mean to go there.
No, that's all right.
It makes me want to make sure that people
it's the elephant in the room,
right? People are a huge part. We're leveraging all of that any technology just to help people do their job.
Right.
We're not there to replace people.
Empower them.
I want to really get out and visit our shops and find out more about how they're using the technology. Just our entire tech stack. How can we make it easier for them? And I think we should make it something that's fun, right? We're doing drive-through enhancements with Shipley. Shipley Donuts. Part of that whole tech stack journey is we have drive up windows still, kind of like if you were going to the dry cleaners, which is fine.
Well, like Crispy, they're a competitor, but they have drive up the windows too, right?
Well, they have a drive-through. When I say drive-through,
what's the difference? Yeah.
So a drive up is just a window where you order and you pay,
and they give you the food
and get the food all at the same spot.
Ordering speaker.
There's no queuing.
Yeah.
There's no queuing of orders. So what happens is cars start stacking up, and depending on who you get behind, from a guest experience, you don't know. Like you might be ordering a bunch of stuff or asking a bunch of questions, and you're like, we see cars pull out because they don't know how long it's going to take.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. That's called abandonment.
Right.
Yeah.
So. We've been investing in that, and it's really not, and it's been a journey explaining this to our shops because it's a different model to have. We have gamification with this new system we have. So the shops can see each other's times in the drive-through.
Yeah.
And it's driving performance in the drive-through. So as we continue to roll that out, we're hoping that franchisees start seeing the results of that as well.
Love it. Last question. Where do you find your joy in the kind of work you do? What do you geek out on?
Me personally, I love helping people. It started when I was a kid. I'm a preacher's kid. But also my first job was at a hospital pushing sick people around for radiology.
Yeah.
And I developed this, I don't know where I got it from, but I really want to just help people, make them feel better, make them enjoy life. And so when I look at technology, that's what I see. That lens is through just helping people.
Clear the path, make their lives easier, get them home to their families, get them the bonuses they're looking for.
Right.
Love it.
That's right.
Well, I think this covers it, Kerry. This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Everybody, this has been Kerry Leo, VP of Technology at Shipley Donuts. They do a fantastic job. Kerry has always been kind and generous with his time. He's active on LinkedIn. You see him at a lot of the shows. And if you have any questions about what Kerry's talking about today, I encourage you to reach out to him. I don't know if he's encouraging you.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. You're encouraged. But reach out, ask questions. He's a great networker. And I'm sure if he doesn't have the answer, he'll point you in the direction of somebody who does. But for now, it's Michael Beck and Kerry Leo reporting from Paradise. We'll catch you guys in the next one. And by the way, happy St. Patrick's Day. We'll see you later.